Hi, I'm Professor John Delaney, and this is the second presentation in my series called How to Best Prepare for Law School Exams. This second presentation will make much more sense to you after you have studied Part 1, that framed the right path for preparing for law exams by contrasting it with the wrong path. It also detailed the 6 grading criteria that should direct all your exam preparation. To spot the issues and resolve each issue with a concise, lawyerly argument on your law exams, you have to learn the legal rules that each professor emphasizes in each course. I suggest an empowering way to do that is to learn each rule you have studied with iconic fact examples of the application of the rule. Let's illustrate this learning and issue spotting method with an example from Intentional Torts that is adapted from my book, How to Do Your Best on Law School Exams, that presents all of this in much more detail and elaboration than I can do in the YouTube prescribed 10 minutes. To apply this method, you use index cards, actual or computer-based. You detail the rule, element by element, on one side of the card, and the iconic fact examples on the other side. So you learn the rules, one by one, from facts to rule to issue, as you do on the exam, from the facts to the rule and issue. So, let's get to the first example, an intentional tort demonstration of learning each rule with iconic examples. The rule is battery. Note first the detailing of the battery rule by its numbered elements. It's very impressive to your professor if you accurately state a rule by its elements. Many of your co-students will fail to do so. The iconic examples of application of this battery rule then follow. These iconic fact examples prove each element of the battery rule. Then, when you see any of these iconic examples, or more likely, similar examples on the exam, they trigger the rule of battery, and thus you have spotted the issue, the first critical exam task. It will also help you to learn and understand each rule and issue spot if you know the policy purpose driving the rule. See each rule as a policy writ concrete. If you do so, that will help you to learn and understand each rule in light of the policy interest that is protected, the purpose of the rule. Note the 2 counterexamples, facts, exam facts, beyond the coverage of the rule. These counterexamples illustrate facts where the rule does not apply, and thus aid you to understand where the rule does apply, the correct coverage, the correct scope of the rule. All right, here is a second demonstration of learning rules with iconic examples. This one from the substantive criminal law, a subject usually taught in the first year. As you see, it's depraved heart murder in all the states, also called extreme reckless murder. Again, the rule by elements, followed then with the iconic examples of application of the rule. Impress all your professors by accurate, numbered detailing of each element of the rule. You will stand out. And once again, All these iconic examples prove each element of this murder rule. And on the exam, if you see any of these iconic facts, or more likely, very similar facts, it will spark the issue and the rule. Note the policy purpose, the policy interests protected by this murder rule, and the counterexamples, beyond the coverage of this murder rule. But look, down below, there's a new category, in between examples, and they are distinguished because they can be argued two ways, not one way. Many of your professors love to present such in-between examples in class, and if our old exams also stress such in-between examples, it is especially important to add an in-between category to the appropriate index cards with at least a few examples, and also to practice daily issue spotting and arguing with these as well as other examples. In your daily practice during the semester, you should emulate learning each rule emphasized by each professor in class and in assigned materials with the relevant iconic examples. If you do so, you will gradually empower yourself to spot issues and resolve them on each exam. You are on the path to excelling. In conclusion, do you understand then that learning each rule you study in each subject with iconic examples is not just about learning rules for the exam. It is also one method for spotting issues posed by the fact pattern, the first of the two critical skills you need to get the A's on the exams. When you see these iconic examples in a law exam fact pattern, or more likely a similar fact example, they spark issues, they trigger issues, and you can't resolve an issue with a lawyerly argument unless you have first spotted the issue. Down the road, I'll present another method for issue spotting. Incidentally, all of these presentations are extracted from my book, How to Do Your Best on Law School Exams. I also will present a mastery learning approach next time that enables you to anticipate the exam issues, or at least most of them, so that you can practice argument making to resolve each issue before the exam. Adios until next time.